Ibiza, a sun-soaked paradise in the Mediterranean, known for its turquoise beaches, iconic sunsets, and parties that make the Roman Empire look tame. But these aren't just any parties. These are the private, ultra-exclusive gatherings of the global elite, where billionaires, supermodels and celebrities disappear from public view, and anything can happen. Welcome to a world where money isn't just spent, it's unleashed. This is the story of how the rich take over Ibiza every summer, turning the island into their private playground. Every summer, Ibiza transforms from a sleepy Mediterranean island into a global stage for excess. The island, with a population of just over 150,000, becomes a magnet for nearly 7 million tourists a year, many of whom are here for one thing, the party. But while most come for the clubs, the beach, and the freedom of letting loose, there's another layer to Ibiza's nightlife, a world hidden in plain sight, one ruled by billionaires, celebrities, tech moguls and royals. Let's start at the surface. Pacha. The name alone is iconic. Opened in 1973, Pacha is the godfather of Ibiza nightlife, elegant, sensual and legendary. Every summer, it hosts world-famous DJs like Solomon, who holds his own Sunday night residency called Solomon Plus One. Tickets for general entry might go for €60, but in the VIP mezzanine, that's a different story. There, tables can cost upwards of €10,000 a night, especially if it's peak season in July or August. Add a few bottles of Dom Perignon, and you're suddenly in the €25,000 club. And who's picking up the tab? People like Leonardo DiCaprio, who's been spotted more than once making a quiet entrance through the back door. Just down the road, you'll find Ushuaia. It's not just a hotel, it's an open-air nightclub that begins in the afternoon and goes until midnight. David Guetta, Martin Garrix, and Calvin Harris have all headlined here. In the front rows, the crowd is packed with excited fans. But the real spectacle, it's up on the stage-side cabanas, luxury boxes that go for €15,000 to €30,000 per night. These are reserved for hedge fund managers, crypto whales and A-listers. One infamous night in 2022, a Saudi royal reportedly spent €500,000 in a single evening, including a €200,000 fireworks show to cap off a private set by Swedish house mafia. Want something more underground? Amnesia and DC-10 cater to that. But even in the so-called raw clubs, there's a tier reserved for the ultra-wealthy. Enclosed VIP balconies, private access routes, and personal security detail are all part of the experience. You might think the party starts at midnight, but for the elite, it never ends. Ibiza's economy has built a discreet infrastructure of concierges, private chefs, security guards, and club insiders who operate in the shadows, orchestrating the experiences of the world's 1%. But for the richest of the rich, even the world's best nightclubs aren't enough. Because why share a party with strangers when you can host your own on a $200 million floating palace? Welcome to Ibiza's super yacht scene, a fleet of private vessels so opulent they make five-star hotels look modest. Let's start with Port d'Ibiza, Ibiza's main harbour. It's not uncommon to see vessels owned by billionaires lined up in a glittering parade. During high season, names like Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, and Giorgio Armani appear on local manifestos, though often under the names of holding companies or aliases. Take the super yacht Faith, owned by Canadian fashion magnate Lawrence Stroll. The 96.5-metre yacht is fitted with an on-deck glass-bottom pool, an ice room, a snow room, and a wellness centre. It's fully crewed by 32 staff and accommodates 12 guests in absurd comfort. When Faith anchors near Ibiza, it becomes a party zone in its own right, with its own DJs, staff flown in from mainland Europe, and security so tight, even drones are blocked. These aren't simple boat parties, they are floating ecosystems of luxury. One night on a top-tier charter yacht can cost over $1 million when you factor in fuel, staff, food, drinks, and entertainment. And then there's Eclipse, the 162-metre monster owned by Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich. The yacht has 2 helipads, 24 guest cabins, 2 swimming pools, and even an anti-paparazzi laser system that disrupts digital photography. One captain, speaking anonymously, revealed that during Ibiza trips, guests would often rotate via helicopter in shifts of 10 to 12, with each new group more extravagant than the last. Yacht parties are also where some of the wildest deals happen, whether it's tech founders floating IPO plans between tequila shots or royals whispering political alliances over champagne. Phones are often banned, NDAs are mandatory. What happens aboard never hits the tabloids. Many elite parties don't even happen in Ibiza proper. They anchor off Formentera, the smaller neighbouring island with crystal clear waters and more privacy. It's not uncommon for multiple yachts to link up, literally, with pontoons and floating lounges, creating a mobile sea club where guests hop between vessels like bar crawls, except the drinks are poured by sommeliers and the snacks are caviar flown in from France. These vessels represent ultimate freedom and ultimate control. A place where the rich can craft entire realities, free from scrutiny or interruption. And in a world that increasingly demands transparency, it's in Ibiza's waters where the powerful go to disappear. The ocean isn't the only place where Ibiza's elite party. The island's hills are dotted with private estates, some owned by billionaires, others rented for eye-watering amounts, designed specifically for indulgence and secrecy. Let's talk about Villa Claro, one of the most expensive rental properties in Ibiza. Hidden in the pine-cloaked hills near San Jose, this ultra-modern 8-bedroom estate goes for over €120,000 a week during peak season. With panoramic sea views, 2 infinity pools, a private nightclub, and an underground wine cellar, it's the kind of place where time and rules seem to dissolve. Then there's Can Nemo, an architectural masterpiece perched above Talamanca Bay. Its futuristic design and panoramic glass walls have attracted everyone from Hollywood stars to Premier League footballers. The price, around €100,000 per week. But that's just the rent. Add in security, catering, decor and entertainment, and the total can easily exceed €500,000 for a weekend. These villas are experiential sanctuaries. Each villa comes with Michelin-starred chefs preparing macrobiotic menus, personal trainers flown in from LA, yoga gurus from Bali, and masseuses on standby around the clock. And then there's the party setup. Some villas come equipped with hidden nightclubs, literal underground bunkers transformed into high-end rave spaces. Soundproofed, temperature-controlled, and rigged with LED walls and Function 1 sound systems, they allow guests to party until 9 AM without anyone on the outside even noticing. Guests at these parties range from international royals to celebrities. Ibiza's allure lies not just in its beauty, but in its promise of disconnection from scrutiny. Ibiza villas offer something few places in the world can: untraceable hedonism. In a digital age, this is the closest thing the rich have to invisibility. There's an unspoken code in Ibiza's elite circles. Don't film, don't tag, don't talk. Security teams often confiscate phones. Drones flying too close to a villa, jammed or shot down. Privacy is the new luxury. Phones are often banned at private events. At high-profile villa parties, guests are required to leave their devices in sealed pouches or surrender them at the door. Some events go a step further, requiring biometric access and non-disclosure agreements just to enter. Security isn't optional, it's a performance in itself. Ex-Mossad agents, UK Special Forces veterans, and luxury-trained personnel patrol these properties discreetly, dressed in linen and sunglasses but trained to detect any threat, including unwanted attention. Drone activity around elite villas is closely monitored. Some owners deploy anti-drone technology, including signal jammers and even private security drones to patrol airspace. Ibiza's skies may look clear, but they're heavily surveilled when it comes to privacy. Behind the scenes, concierge networks like the Night League, Rich List Group, and Ibiza VIP maintain meticulously private calendars. These services are the backbone of elite nightlife. They don't just book tables, they curate identities. One high-level concierge explained in a rare interview that discretion is the most valuable commodity they offer. "You're not paying for access," he said, "you're paying to disappear." It's no coincidence that Ibiza has become a magnet for those with something to hide. or something to protect. In this sun-drenched paradise, privacy has become the new luxury brand, and only the richest can afford it. For the billionaires, Ibiza is an escape, a place where reality bends, rules fade and pleasure reigns. But is it freedom or just another gilded illusion? Think Ibiza was wild. Across the Atlantic, another playground awaits, where billionaires bet fortunes, party in penthouses, and break every rule under neon lights. Welcome to Las Vegas. From penthouse raves to underground casino blowouts, what happens in Vegas makes Ibiza look like a warm-up. Click here to step inside the wildest billionaire parties of Las Vegas, where the stakes are higher, the secrets darker, and the money unlimited.